press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, today I am going to discuss some questions on the important concepts like isomerism and bonding. Isomerism and bonding in coordination chemistry. So in the last class we have discussed the concepts of crystal field theory and isomerism. Clear? So ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಕೆಲವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೀವು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ crystal field theory. So the question is, which of the following energy level diagram for hexafluoridoferrate 3 is correct on the basis of crystal field theory? So which of the following energy level diagram? So which of the following energy level diagram so it's energy level diagram for Fe F6 minus 3 is correct on the basis of crystal field theory. So ನೋಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, so which of the following energy level that is correct for the crystal field theory, correct on the basis of crystal field theory, hexafluoridoferrate 3 complex energy level diagram ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So what are the different energy level diagram given? So first one, A, look here, these are the 5 degenerate d orbitals and it is in the crystal field theory. So 2 vacant orbitals are given, that is easy, and 3 orbitals. So first 2 orbitals containing 2 electrons and the last orbital containing 1 electron. So this is one possible energy level diagram is given. So it is option 1. So this is the energy level diagram for hexafluoridoferrate 3 complex. And second option is so these are very important. So the note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರೆ. So here also 5 unpaired electrons are there. Here also 2 electrons in T2Z level. This is T2Z, that is given. So 3 unpaired electrons in the EZ level given. Then in the option C, so in the option C, so 5 electrons are given. So these are the degenerate d orbitals, means in the free state of transition metal ions, all the 5d energy levels have got same energy. Clear? Then under the influence of ligands, these orbitals are split into 2 sets. So that is different in case of complexes with the coordination number 4 and also in complex with coordination number 6. So in third one, so 2 electrons, so here 3 electrons. So this is EG set, this is T2G set. Then fourth one is here also 5 electrons given. Five electrons in EG set and no electrons in T2G set. So among these 4 energy levels, with respect to this complex is given according to crystal field theory. Is clear? So how many number of electrons are there in the central metal atom iron, and what type of ligand attached to central metal atom? So we know that fluoride ion is a weak ligand. So if the weak ligand attached to central metal atom, they produces an electric field only to a smaller extent, then there is no effect on the d orbitals of the energy of the d orbitals of central metal ion if weak ligands are attached to central metal atom. Clear? Suppose if the strong ligand is attached to central metal atom, in such cases the electric field produced by the ligands around the central metal atom, it becomes very large, and that exceeds the pairing energy. That exceeds the pairing energy. And exceeds the pairing energy and again aktadaga. So all d orbitals, the energy of d orbitals are split into 2 different sets having different energies. So according to crystal field theory, they are called T2Z level and EZ level. Is clear? Then in case of octahedral complexes, T2Z level is lower energy and EZ level is higher energy. And in case of complexes with coordination number 4, T2 is EZ level is lower energy, T2Z level is higher energy. So adanna specific correct gnapattukoli. Done. So in Fe F6, so Fe F6 minus 3 complex. So in this case, the oxidation state of iron is +3. So because we know that 6 fluoride ions carries -6 charge, net charge on the complex ion is -3. Therefore, the charge on the center metal ion is +3. +3 minus 6 becomes -3. Clear? So what is the configuration of Fe+3 in this complex? So D5 configuration, 3D5. D5 is exactly half-filled according to Hund's rule. Clear? So all the 5D orbitals, so each, so not 5D, so 3D orbitals containing 1 electron. Each 3D orbital containing 1 electron. There are 5 electrons in D orbitals. So therefore, in all the cases, 5 electrons, 5 electrons, 5 electrons, 5 electrons are given. That is right. Done. So what type of ligand is attached to center metal atom? So this is a weak ligand. So if the weak ligand attached to center metal atom, so in this case, the crystal field splitting energy in case of octahedral complex, which is less than the pairing energy, so that these electrons are not forced to pair. So here, this is the coordination number, so E6, coordination number is 6. So EZ level is lower energy level, and EZ is higher energy level, so T2Z is lower energy level, T2Z lower energy level, EZ higher energy level. So therefore, ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, T2Z lower energy, EZ higher energy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? In this case, EZ higher energy, that is right. T2 is lower energy. So here EZ lower energy. So hence this is the wrong. Then in this case, T2 is lower energy, EZ higher energy. This is correct. And T2Z higher energy, EZ lower energy. This is wrong. So either C, or A. So these two options are correct. So because this is the complex with coordination number 6, weak ligand attached to center metal atom. So crystal field splitting energy in case of octahedral complex is less than the pairing energy. Hence, there is no pairing of electrons. No spin pairing process takes place. No pairing of electrons takes place. So in the lower energy set of d orbitals. So therefore, so all the 5 electrons are unpaired. So that is correct in all the 4 cases, given 4 cases. But in octahedral complexes, EG has higher energy, T2J has lower energy. Clear? So for this reason, so in the option A, EG higher energy, T is lower energy, right? So in option B, so T2Z higher energy, EG lower energy, wrong. Similarly, in option D also, EG lower energy, that is also wrong. So either A or C is correct. But so under the influence of ligands, electrons are not forced to pair within the same subshell, within the lower energy D set. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದಿಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಾಂಗ್. Hence, option C is the correct option. Clear? Option C is the right option. Clear? So all the electrons in d orbitals are unpaired, weak ligand. So electrons are not forcibly paired. So because we know that crystal field splitting energy in octahedral complex is less than the pairing energy because of fluoride ion is a weak ligand. Weak ligand cannot produce just an electric field. So around the center metal atom, and such an amount of energy is less than the pairing energy. So pairing energy means energy required for the pairing of electrons in d orbitals. So that is why, see, so since the crystal field splitting energy in case of octahedral complex here in the given case, it is less than the pairing energy. For this reason, electrons are not paired. There is no spin pairing process. Clear? So ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸಿ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಎಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನದರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಫಾರ್, ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಫಾರ್ so look here, correct energy level diagram, correct energy level diagram, correct energy level diagram for CrCN6 -3 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 1, so it is like this. Option 1, so this is T2Z and it is easy. In option 2, option 2 is like this. In option C, so option C is given like this. So EZ and T2Z. So in option B nalli, this is EZ, they are given, it is EZ, this is T2Z. Then option D, so this is T2Z, this is easy. Clear? So look here, correct energy level diagram for this complex according to crystal field theory. So we know that CrCN6 -3, So here Cn minus, so it is a strong field ligand. Strong field ligand. Cyanidine is strong field ligand, and the complex is octahedral complex. Octahedral complex. So because coordination number is 6. 6 ligands attached to center metal atom. So therefore in this complex, so the strong ligands attached to center metal atom. Then what is the oxidation state of chromium in this complex? So here each cyanide carries -1 charge, 6 cyanide carries -6 charge. So therefore 3 minus 6 becomes -3, hence chromium in +3 state. So what is the atomic number of chromium? So actually chromium configuration is, so it is 24, chromium atomic number 24. So in 24, ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಲ್ಲೇ 24 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 4s1 3d5, 4s1 3d5. But in chromium in +3 state, so chromium, so here it is, so not chromium, it is cobalt. Cobalt, it's not chromium, cobalt. So what is the atomic number of cobalt? So it is 27. Not the chromium, cobalt is given. So cobalt atomic number 27. So 4s2 3d5 configuration. So in CO plus 3, 3 electrons are lost. CO plus 3, 3 electrons are lost. Clear? So 3 electrons lost andre 4s2 3d5 ಇದೆ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 electrons, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 electron ಆಗಬೇಕು. So cobalt in -3, 3 minus 6, so 27, so 4s1, sir 4s0, 3d4 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 4s0, 3d4. Clear? So 4s0, 3d, so wait, what is the atomic number of actual 27? Is it clear? So atomic number is 27. So for argon 4s2 3d7. So ಇದು 25 ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ 27 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 4s2 3d7. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ argon 18, 18 plus 2 20, 27, 3d7. So here also, so in cobalt in +3 state, so 2 electron from s orbital, 1 from d electrons, 1 from d orbital is lost. So therefore 4s0 3d6 configuration. So this is very important. Clear? Chromium complex allada cobalt complex. So cobalt atomic number 27. So configuration is argon 4s2 3d7. So in +3 state, cobalt in +3 state. So it loses 3 electrons. So 2 electrons from outermost s orbital and 1 electron from d orbital. So therefore configuration becomes 4s0 3d6. Then what is the configuration of d orbital in case of 4s0 3d6? In 4s0 3d6, the configuration is like this. So cobalt in +3 state, so d6 configuration, d6. d6 means it is like this. d6, 6 electrons, it is like this. So it is given in all the 4 cases. 3d6 configuration is given, but the ligand attached to center metal atom is very strong. Hence electric field produced by this ligand is large, so that it will affect this electric field. So electric field produced by the strong field ligand like cyanide ion around cobalt, it is large. As a result of which the energy of d orbitals of the central metal atom, it is changed, so that the d orbitals, so d orbitals are split up into 2 sets. So one is the T2g set, it is an octahedral complex. T2g set is lower energy level and Eg set is higher energy level. Clear? So T2g is lower energy EG set is higher energy level. So for this reason, so EG set T2G, T2G, so in all the four cases, the splitting of d orbitals are correct. T2 is lower energy, is a higher energy level. But under the influence of strong ligands, the unpaired electrons, in lower energy D set, the electrons are paired. So among these two, this is the T2Z level, this is EZ level. So electrons are paired in lower energy set. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ higher energy set ನಲ್ಲಿ electrons pairing ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ higher energy set ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is unstable. Unstable ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ so those orbitals are far from the orbitals of center metal atom. There will be a strong repulsion force. As a result of which those orbitals have got higher energy. Hence, the electrons are not pairing in each level. So these two electrons are paired in this like this. Hence, T2Z is completely filled and EZ is completely vacant. So, ಎಲ್ಲಿದಾಗರೆ option B ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನೋಡಿ, T2Z is completely filled and EZ is completely vacant. So, why? Because cyanide ion is a strong field ligand that will affect the energy of d orbitals of the central metal ion. So that the electrons in lower energy set, unpaired electrons in lower energy set are forcibly paired, that goes against Hundson. That is called the spin pairing process. So our spin pairing process ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Electrons in the lower energy set are forcibly paired, that goes against Hundson. Clear? Concept clear ಆಯ್ತಾ? So that is why your option is B. It is not possible. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇದು ಹೈಯರ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಈಗ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ two unpaired electrons, one in easy level, one in T2Z, not possible. Clear? So your option is B. Next question. Next question. Mark the incorrect statement. So mark the incorrect statement. Incorrect statement. So first statement, option 1. Inert orbital complexes involving D2sp3 hybridization. So inner orbital complexes involving D2sp3 hybridization. Possibility ಇರಬಹುದಾ ಇದು? ನೋಡಿ, inner orbital complexes involving D2sp3 hybridization. So D2sp3, if d orbital of the inner d orbital of the center metal ion is inner d orbital, if such an orbital is involved in a hybridization, that is called the inner orbital complexes. If inner d orbital is involved in hybridization, that is called inner orbital complex. Node, inner orbital complexes involve D2sp3 hybridization. So inner d orbital is involved in hybridization. Hence, this is correct. This is the correct statement. Then B, outer orbital complexes involve sp3 d2 hybridization. sp3 d2. So look here. So it is sp3 d2, it is d2sp3. In d2sp3 hybridization, if d orbital of the if inner d orbital of the center metal atom involve hybridization, hence it is inner d orbital complex. If a d orbital of the outermost shell is involved in hybridization, then that is called sp3d hybridization. So this is outer orbital, hence this statement is also correct. ಅಲ್ಲಿ correct ಆಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, if inner d orbital is involved in hybridization, that is called inner orbital complex. If outer d is involved in hybridization, that is called outer d orbital complex. Then third one, tetrahedral complexes. Tetrahedral complexes generally involve dsp2 hybridization. So look here, tetrahedral complexes generally involve dsp2 hybridization. So suppose if there is a the dsp2 hybridization involved in the complex, that is not tetrahedral, so it is square planar. Hence it is not the tetrahedral complex. So if tetrahedral complex is generally that involves sp3 hybridization, but the given is dsp2, it is wrong. Hence option C is wrong. So the incorrect statement is third one. Then fourth option is also given, stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism involves geometrical and optical isomerism. So ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. So structural isomerism ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so that is broadly divided into four kinds: ionization isomerism, hydrate, then linkage isomerism, coordination isomerism. These are four important types of isomerism in case of structural isomerism. But in case of stereoisomerism, it is also called the space isomerism. So the spatial arrangements of ligands around the central atom. So it involves two types. One is the optical isomerism and other one is geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is also called cis-trans isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is also called cis-trans isomerism. So usually it can be observed in case of complexes with coordination number 4 as well as coordination number 6. So both geometrical and optical isomerism, these are observed in complexes with coordination number 4 and 6. Particularly in case of complex with coordination number 4, so tetrahedral complexes, it exhibit optical isomerism, and square planar complexes, it exhibit geometrical isomerism. Clear? Complex with coordination number 4 andaga square planar complexes exhibit geometrical isomerism, tetrahedral complexes exhibit optical isomerism. So they cannot exhibit geometrical isomerism. Since in the last class I told you, so tetrahedral complex, in case of tetrahedral complexes, so relative positions of all the 4 groups or atoms in tetrahedral compounds are same. That is why they cannot exhibit geometrical isomerism. Clear? So tetrahedral complexes can exhibit only optical isomerism, but square planar complexes cannot exhibit optical isomerism. They can exhibit only geometrical isomerism. But complex with coordination number 6, they can exhibit both optical as well as geometrical isomerism. But in this case, particularly in case of geometrical isomerism, general ಆಗಿ observe ಮಾಡ್ರೆ cis and trans ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ trans isomers have identical isomers. The trans isomers ಏನಿದಾವೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಿರರ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಏನಿದಾವಲ್ಲ identical halves. Trans isomer cannot exhibit optical isomerism. Only cis isomer can exhibit optical isomerism in case of complexes with coordination number 6. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ another one is increasing order of crystal field splitting strength of given ligands. Increasing order of ನೋಡಿಲಿ, ಯೂಶಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಯೂಶಲಿ C donor is more strong field ligands than N donors and O donors and then halogen donors. So ligand field strength, halogen donor, so X is halogen. Halogen donors are weak field ligands than oxygen donors, O donors, O donor. So in case of ligands, if oxygen acts as a ligating atom, donor atom, so when compared to halogen donor, O donors field strength strong. Then when compared to O donors, N donor field strength is strong. N donor field strength is strong. When compared to N donor, C donor field strength is strong. C donors. So this is very, very important for to identify which one of the following ligand is strong ligand or weak ligand. So ಇದನ್ನು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. C donors are strong than N donors. N donors are strong than O donors. O donors are strong than X donors. So among the halogens, ನೋಡಿ halogens ಅಲ್ಲಿ iodides, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಸೊ iodides are weaker field ligands than bromides. Bromides are weaker field ligand than thiocianides. Thiocianides are weaker field ligands than, so chlorides are weaker field ligands than fluorides. So ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. So among the halogens, strong field ligand is fluoride ion, weak field ligand is iodide. Then among O donors, ನೋಡಿ O donors ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇದೆ, OH ಮೈನಸ್, ವಾಟರ್, ಆಕ್ಸಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, OH ಮೈನಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವಾಟರ್, ಆಕ್ಸಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ O donors ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸಲ ವಾಟರ್ O donor, H2O O donor. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ OH ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಯನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, OH ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಯನ್ಗಿಂತ H2O ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್, H2O ಗಿಂತ C2O4 ಮೈನಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ O donors. ದೆನ್ N donors ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಮೋನಿಯಾ, ಇಥಿಲೀನ್ ಡೈಅಮೈನ್, EDTA. ದೆನ್ C donors ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನಿಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್, ಸೈನೈಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಹೀಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸೈನೈಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೀಕರ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನಿಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ನೋಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ halogen donor is weak field ligand than O donor. So O donor, oxygen donor atom in ligand is weaker field ligand than N donor. So nitrogen atom is weaker field ligand than C donors in case of ligands. ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, increasing order of crystal field splitting strength of given ligands. Increasing order of. Question is like, ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋಡು. Question is like this. Increasing order of crystal field splitting. Increasing order of crystal field splitting strength. Crystal field splitting strength of given ligands. Of given ligands. So this is the question. So increasing order of crystal field splitting strength of given ligands. Option A, NH3 is a weak field ligand than Cl minus, which is less than that of cyanide ion, then F minus, then CO and H2. This is one set. B. Note among the given ligands. So which type of ligand is more stronger? C donor. C donor here is CO and also Cn minus. So we know that in C donors, cyanide ion is weaker field ligand than CO. Clear? It is the strongest field ligand. The highest electrical energy produced by carbonyl group around the centrimetal ion. Clear? So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ highest ಇದು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. But least among the halides, halogen donors are least. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಇದೆ. Least is this one. This is least. This is highest. Hence this option is wrong. Clear? Then second option, F minus, Cl minus, NH3, then Cn minus, H2O and CO. So here this is the strongest field ligand is CO, that is right. But weak field ligand, when compared to fluoride ion, this is least or the weak field ligand. Least field strength of ligand is chloride ion. Highest field strength of ligand is CO. CO ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Hence this is also wrong. ನಾವು ಎರಡರ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, C donor is strong, halogen donor is weak. Among halogen donor, iodide ion is weaker than bromide. Bromide is weaker than chloride. Chloride is weaker than fluoride. But fluoride ion is strong field ligand. So in case of halogen donors, so I minus is a weak field ligand than Br minus. Br minus is weaker field ligand than F minus. Clear? So this is very important in case of halogen donors. So here fluoride ion is the weakest field ligand given in the so in the second option. That is why it is wrong. So weakest field ligand shown by chloride ion. Then option C, Cl minus, F minus, H2O, NH3, Cn minus, CO. So look here, C donor is stronger. Among C donor, CO is stronger than Cn minus, that is right. Then N donor, ammonia, it is also right. Then O donor, this is also right. Then halogen donors, iodides, bromide, chloride, fluoride. So chloride is weak field ligand than fluoride. So hence this is also right. Hence your option is third option. Clear? So in the fourth option, carbonyl group given. So in the fourth option, CO is weakest field ligand given, then Cn minus, then NH3, then H2O, F minus, Cl minus. So this is wrong. This is purely reversed. This is purely reversed. Clear? So this option is also wrong. So important to note that, students, so it is very important to note that this one, so this is the order of field strength of different ligands. So halogen donor is weak field ligand, then O donor, then say N donor. N donor is weaker than C donor. Concept clear? So this is very important. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Next. Next one. So clear ಅಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅದ? ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಿ question number 70. Sorry. So question number, so in the given complex Fe is CN6 minus 4. Fe CN6 minus 4 and Fe H2O 6 times plus 2. So ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So one is hexacyanoferrate 2 complex and otherwise is hexa aqua iron 2 complex. So two complexes are given, shows different colors, shows different colors, shows different colors in dilute solution, in dilute solutions. So why these complexes shows different colors in dilute solutions? So ಯಾಕೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇವು ಡೈಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ? So color of the complex that depends on, so according to crystal field theory, ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ. So these are all the 5d orbitals. These are all 5, say 3d orbitals. 3d orbitals are split into 2 sets. So one set having higher energy, that is easy set, and other set having lower energy, that is called T2g set. So this is lower energy, this is the higher energy. So this is the average energy of d orbitals. So idna in octahedral complex, in octahedral complexes, in octahedral complexes. Clear? ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಿ so this is T2's level, lower energy. This is Eg level, higher energy. This is the average energy of delta O. So this is the average energy. So this is the difference between the two sets of orbitals. This energy is called crystal field splitting energy. Energy difference between the two sets of orbitals in spherical field. So that is called the crystal field splitting energy. So we know that the orbitals of ligands and the orbitals of central metal ion containing electrons, under inner d orbitals, if they are in the same plane, there will be a strong repulsion force. As a result of which their energy is very high. This is dx square y square and dz square. This is dxy, dyz, dxz or zx. So अगर splitting of node say in case of transition metal ions, all the d orbitals have got the same energy. So these are called degenerate d orbitals. Degenerate d orbitals means orbitals having the same energy. So this can be observed only in case of free state of transition metal ions, not in the complex. ಈಗ Fe+2 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ Fe+2 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ d orbitals energy ಒಂದೇ. Clear? Or if we take Fe+3 in free state of transition metal ions, so all the 5 d orbitals have got same energy. 5 d orbitals energy ಒಂದೇ. But under the influence of ligands, these d orbitals are split into different sets. Why? So the electric field produced by the ligand. So what type of ligand attached to center metal atom or approaches to center metal atom? The electric field produced by the ligands around the center metal ion that will affect the energy of d orbitals of the center metal ion. So ಮೊದಲು ಎಲ್ಲ 5 d orbital energy ಒಂದೇ ಇತ್ತು. So when the ligands approaches to center metal ion, strong ligand ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಆ ligand ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಈ d orbitals ನ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So that is why under the influence of strong ligands, d orbitals are split into two sets. So one is called the lower energy set that includes the orbital dxy, yz and zx. That is called the T2s level. And all the three orbitals, they are in between the axis. So the d orbitals, the electrons of the d orbitals and the ligand orbitals. So in between these two, less repulsion force. So where they have got less repulsion force, they have minimum energy, lower energy. So therefore, these three orbitals are in between the axis. That is why they have got lower energy. So this is T2's level. And these two orbitals, dx square, y square and dz square, these two orbitals are present in the same axis. So when compared to the inner d orbitals of center metal ion containing electrons, they are in the same plane. So when they come in same plane, there will be a strong repulsion force. So as a result of which, these two orbitals have got higher energy. So unstable, higher energy. The splitting of d orbitals into two sets under the influence of strong field ligands, then that is called crystal field splitting. So this is called DD transition. DD transition. D orbitals ಎರಡು ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದಾವೆ. Then again, so if the electrons are or when such complexes are exposed to sunlight and those complexes can absorb a specific wavelength or frequency from the visible light, so that the electrons from lower energy set and jumps into higher energy set, that is called DD transition. So where there is the DD transition takes place, then such complexes shows colors. So according to Bohr's theory, if an atom absorbs energy when an electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level, if it emits energy when an electron falls from higher energy level to lower energy level, ಸೊ ಅವರ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಲೋಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕಲರ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಕಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿಪ್ ಗಯಾ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸೀಸ್, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಈ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there is no DD transition takes place. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇಂದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೆಳಬೀಳೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಚ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಲರ್ಲೆಸ್. ಸೊ ವೇರ್ there is the DD transition takes place. DD transition means electrons in the lower energy level jumps into higher energy level after absorbing some amount of after absorbing a particular wavelength or frequency from visible light. Is it clear? So that is possible only when, ನೋಡಿ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, suppose if it is like this, it is like this, in such cases no dd transition is possible. ಹೀಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಕಲರ್. And also if the complexes are like this, ನೋಡಿ, if all the d orbitals are completely filled, so d10 is colorless, d10 colorless, and also d0 is also colorless. So no electrons in the lower energy d set and higher energy d set. d0 configuration is there. So agar ee complex kuda ಕಲರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ d0 ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, no dd transition takes place from one set of d orbital to other set. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ there is no question of d transition. So such compounds cannot exhibit colors. So d0 d10 are almost colorless. Is clear? Done. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if there is a strong field ligand. ನೋಡಿ, if all the d orbitals are not splits up into different sets, in such cases also they cannot form the colors. Clear? So that is why color depends on ನೋಡಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, so free state of under the influence of ligands, color formation takes place only under the influence of ligands. One. Second one, in the presence of solvent molecules. So if we take copper sulfate, anhydrous copper sulfate is colorless. Hydrated copper sulfate is blue color. Hydrated copper sulfate, so some water molecules are associated with the center metal ion. So water molecules acts as ligand. So solvent molecules acts as ligands. So under the influence of ligands or under the influence of solvent molecules or the presence of other ions in the crystal lattices, you solid cell F centers. So because of F centers, the crystalline substances acquire some colors. So color of the complex that depends on field strength of ligands. Then another one is not a field strength, then splitting of d orbitals. If there is no splitting of d orbitals, no dd transition takes place, no color formation. So and then d0, if all the d orbitals are completely filled, even though in the presence of strong ligands, so if all the d orbitals are completely filled, then such cases no d transition takes place. And if all the d orbitals are completely vacant, there is no d transition takes place. Clear? So color of the complex that depends on dd transition. D transition means electron transition takes place from one lower energy d set to higher energy d set. That is called the dd transition. ಯಾವಾಗ dd transition ಆಗ್ತದೆ? If the complex compounds are exposed to sunlight, if they can absorb a particular light of frequency or wavelength, if they can absorb a particular color, then only d transition takes place. ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ? Color observed by us. ನೋಡಿ, very important. Color observed by us is the complementary color to that of color observed by the substance. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಕಲರ್, ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಲರ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಸ್ red color, then it emits blue color, because red and blue are complementary colors. So that is why color observed by us, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಲರ್, ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ನೇನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, color observed by us is the complementary color to that of color absorbed by the substance. ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತದ ಅದರ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕಲರ್ ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇವೆರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ dd transition, DD transition is possible only when strong ligand. Nodi, since cyanide ion is strong ligand, strong field ligand, and H2O is weak field ligand. Weak field ligand. So ille nimage answers ide. So in this complex, cyanide ion is a strong field ligand complex. Water is a weak field ligand complex in this compound. So therefore, these two compounds shows different colors. Concept clear alla? Next. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 1 cyanide ion is strong field ligand, H2O is weak field ligand, hence magnitude of the crystal field stabilization energy is different. ನೋಡಿ how do you calculate the crystal field splitting energy? ನೋಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ. So look here. So in calculation of crystal field stabilization energy in octahedral complex. In octahedral complex. Clear? So in case of octahedral complexes, so look here, it is like this. So easy level, this is T2's level, this is easy level. Clear? This is average crystal field splitting energy in case of octahedral complex. So this is delta O, difference in the crystal field splitting energy between the two sets of orbitals. ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. This is called, so here the energy of this T2's level orbital's energy is decreased by 2 by 5 times. 2 by 5 means 0.4 minus 0.4 times that of the crystal field splitting energy in octahedral complex. But here plus 0.6 times that of the crystal field splitting energy. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ so 3 by 5 times that of delta O. So here 2 by 5 times that of delta O. ಎರಡು ಒಂದು. Sir, how do we calculate the crystal field stabilization energy in case of the octahedral complex? So crystal field stabilization energy is equal to the octahedral complex minus 0.4 into NT2Z. So where NT2Z is the number of electrons in T2Z level. Number of electrons in T2Z level plus 0.6 times that of delta O. Sorry, 0.6 times that of NEZ. NEZ means number of electrons in easy level. Easy level times that of delta O plus pairing energy. Plus pairing energy. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಗಿಂತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ minus 0.4 into the number of electrons in T2's level plus 0.6 into number of electrons in easy level. It times that of the crystal field splitting energy in case of octahedral complex plus pairing energy. So this is in complexes with coordination number 6. In complex with coordination number 6. In case of complex with coordination number 4. So how do you calculate the crystal field splitting energy? Sorry, crystal field stabilization energy. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ easy lower, T2Z higher. Easy lower energy, T2Z higher. So ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರೆ. So this is very important in case of complexes with coordination number 6. So in case of complex with coordination number 4, so the formula is clear. So this is the formula, crystal field spreading energy. It is this one. Clear? Crystal field stabilization energy in case of complex with coordination number 6 or octahedral complexes, minus 4 into number of electrons in T2's level plus 6.6 into, so minus 0.4 into number of electrons in T2's level plus 0.6 into number of electrons in EZ level times that of the crystal field spreading energy in case of octahedral complex plus pairing energy. Clear? Then crystal field stabilization energy in tetrahedral complex. So in tetrahedral complexes it is reversed. So EZ level, T2Z level as higher energy. T2Z higher energy. EZ level lower energy. EZ level lower energy. So this is delta T. Crystal field stabilization, crystal field spreading energy in case of tetrahedral complexes. Thus, this value, so it is 2 by 5 times plus 0.4 times that of delta T. These three orbitals have got higher energy. So, the crystal field spreading energy in tetrahedral complex, the other 0.4 times just. So, however, TXY, XZ and YZ orbitals. And in this case, it is EZ level. So, EZ level has got lower energy. So, how much amount of energy is lowered when compared to crystal field spreading energy in case of tetrahedral complexes? So, it is 3 by 5 means minus 0.6 times that of delta T. Clear? Hence, how do we calculate the crystal field stabilization energy in case of tetrahedral complexes? Crystal field stabilization energy in tetrahedral complexes. In tetrahedral complexes, it is equal to minus 0.6 into number of electrons in EZ level, NEZ, plus 0.4 into number of electrons in T2Z, NT2Z. So N2Z. Clear? So EZ level ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು unpaired electrons ಇದಾವೆ? They are multiplied by minus 0.6. It times that of crystal field spreading energy in tetrahedral complex plus pairing energy. So this is the formula which is used to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy in case of tetrahedral complexes. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. minus 4 into number of electrons in T2's level plus 0.6 into number of electrons in EZ level. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. Clear? So this is about the calculation of crystal field stabilization energy in case of tetrahedral as well as in octahedral complexes. Clear? Yes. Next. Node. The complexes like which of the following isomers will give the, which of the following which of the following isomers will give white precipitate with barium chloride solution. Which of the following isomers will give white precipitate with barium chloride solution? A. CONH3 5 times SO4Br. This is one complex, and second complex is CONH3 4 times SO4 2 times Br. This is the second complex. Third one is CONH3 5 times Br SO4. Then fourth one is CONH3 4 times Br SO4. The question is, which of the following isomers will give white precipitate with barium chloride? So when barium chloride, it is treated with a compound containing some kind of ions, we get a white PPT. So white precipitate given by barium chloride, that is due to the formation of barium sulfate. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. When barium chloride is added to another solution, if it gives the white PPT, that white precipitate is due to the formation of barium sulfate. So barium chloride containing barium ions, then the given solution should contain SO4 minus 2 ions. So then only it can form white precipitate. So look at the given coordination compounds. Which coordination compound gives the sulfate ions? So there is no sulfate ions, hence so it undergoes ionization to form Br minus. So Br minus with barium ion, barium bromide is formed. Clear? So this is not possible. Here also not possible. But this complex which gives pentamine bromido cobalt 3 complex ion and sulfate ion. This sulfate ion which combines with barium ions of barium chloride, we get white precipitate of barium sulfate. So hence this option is correct. Clear? Then another one is PTNH3 4 times CuCl4. PTNH3 4 times CuCl4 and CONH3 4 times PTCl4 are known as, so these are known as, ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರ? This is one complexes containing both cations and anions are the complex ions. Complexes containing both complex cations and complex anions, they are the coordination isomers. Coordination isomers. two or more complex compounds having the same molecular formula, but they contain both cations and anions are the complex ions. So here this is CCl4. In CCl4, so what is the charge on the complex? Copper is usually +2 state. So here -2. +2 -4 becomes -2. It is +2 state. Clear? So this is the complex cation. This is the complex anion. So here also this is the complex cation. So +2 state. Here -2. This is the complex anion. Hence these two isomers are coordination isomers. Ionized isomers, linkage isomers, polymerase isomers ಈ ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. They are called ionization isomers. Sorry, these are called coordination isomers. Then name of the linkage isomer of, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Name of the linkage isomer of. Name of the linkage isomer of CO NH3 5 times NO2 Cl2. So what is the name of the linkage isomer of this complex? So what is meant by linkage isomerism? So two or more complex compounds which have differ in the ligating atoms of ligands, or in other words the linkage between the central metal atom and the ligands are different. Linkage between the central metal atom and the ligands are different. Is clear? So a central metal atom and the ligating atoms are ligands are different. Ligating atom is donor atoms in case of ligands. Donor atoms in case of ligands. So first one, A. So option A is given. Pentamine nitro. Pentamine nitro cobalt 2. Pentamine nitro cobalt 2 chloride. Second one, pentamine nitro chloride. Pentamine nitro chloride cobaltate 3. This is the second option given. The third option, pentamine nitrito. Pentamine nitrito cobalt 3. Pentamine nitrito cobalt 3 chloride. Cobalt 3 chloride. Then D, pentanitroso amine. Pentanitroso amine chlorocobaltate 3. Chlorocobaltate 3. So the four options are given, but the question is name of the linkage isomer of. So what is the linkage isomer of this compound? So two or more coordination compounds having the same molecular formula, but they differ in the ligating atoms of ligands, that is changed. So if donor atoms in case of ligands are changed, then only we get linkage isomers. Link between the central metal atom and the ligating atoms of ligands are different, then that is called linkage isomerism. Link between or the bond between the coordinate bond between the central metal atom and the ligating atoms of ligands are different. So what is the linkage isomer of this complex? So CO NH3 5 times, so ONO Cl2. So these are the two linkage isomers. They are asking, name the linkage isomer of this complex. E complex na linkage isomer bariri anta ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So name of this complex is pentamine nitrito cobalt 3 chloride. ನೋಡಿ, pentamine nitrito. So minus 2 here, plus 2. Plus 2 means here minus 1 charge. So charge on the complex is plus 3. Ammonia 0. So therefore 3 minus 1 becomes plus 2. So oxidation state of cobalt is plus 3. Hence pentamine nitrito cobalt 3 chloride. So answer is pentamine nitrito. So third one is correct. Pentamine nitrito cobalt 3 chloride. So this is the correct answer. Clear? Next one. CrCl3 6H2O exist in different isomeric forms. Exist in different isomeric forms. Exist in different isomeric forms, which shows different colors. Which shows different colors, different colors like violet and green. This is due to so ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ದಿ hexa aqua chromium chloride or hexahydrated aqua ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ರಿ, hexahydrated chromic chloride. So it gives a different isomeric forms, and the color of this isomeric form is violet green. So why? So we know that it is just like copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is colorless, and anhydrous copper sulfate CSO4 5H2O, it is blue in color. So blue color is due to the formation of CuH2O 4 times SO4. So here 4 water molecules acts as SO4H2O. So here it acts as 4 water molecules acts as ligands. So the color of the complex compound, that also depends on the nature of ligands. Is clear? So here presence of solvent in case of copper sulfate or dilute solution of copper sulfate is blue color. It is due to the presence of ligands. Similarly in this case also, so some water molecules acts as ligands, then only it can form a color. So answer is it is due to option A ionization isomerism, option B optical isomerism. So different options are given. So one is it is due to ionization isomerism, ionization isomerism. Second one, optical isomerism, optical isomerism. Then third one, coordination isomerism, coordination isomerism. And fourth one, hydrate isomerism, hydrate isomerism, hydrate isomerism. So hexahydrated chromic chloride, it exists in different isomeric forms. It can exist in three different isomeric forms. So one is CrH2O 6 times Cl3, and other one is CrH2O 5 times Cl2 H2O. This is the another form, and CrH2O 4 times Cl2, then Cl2S2. So these are the three isomeric hydrated isomers are shown by this complex. So these are all the hydrated isomers. Hence, your option is hydrate isomerism. So color is different. So the hexahydrated chromic chloride, it is exists in three types of different isomeric forms, and these three complexes shows violet green color. It is due to hydrate isomerism. Hydrate isomerism means in this complex some water molecules acts as ligands and also acts as hydrates. So that is called hydrate isomerism. Differ in the number of. So look at the three complexes. So what is the difference between these three? So in the first complex, 6 water molecules acts as ligand. In the second complex, 5 water molecules acts as ligand. In the third one is 4 water molecules acts as ligand. So number of water molecules acts as ligands are different. Or so in the second complex, 1 water molecule is present outside the coordination sphere or present in the ionization sphere. So here 2 water molecules are present in the ionization sphere. They differ in the number of water molecules as hydrates. So here they differ in the number of water molecules as ligands. That is hydrate isomerism. Clear? So here coordination chemistry topic clear ಆಯ್ತಾ? Next topic ಅಲ್ಲಿ general principles and process of isolation of elements ಅನ್ನ start ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay, thank you.